Even a month before it releases, parts of the final trailer for Tears of the Kingdom raise some of the biggest questions about the game's story. In particular, certain character reveals and shots have left the Zelda community second-guessing aspects of the game we thought settled at this point. Is this a callback to Demise? Who is this mysterious woman? What is this new character? All of these are connected and tell a greater story of Hyrule's forgotten past. Which means one thing I'm sure of. This game is going to have some use of time travel implemented. But before we begin, make sure to not look away at a king's revival and the birth of his new world by subscribing to the channel for even more content on Tears of the Kingdom. Tears of the Kingdom's final trailer made a conscious effort to show what is happening with Zelda. Her fate was one of the biggest mysteries in this game. We now know that Link doesn't catch her and Zelda does indeed fall into the chasm. But before she falls to her imminent death, a golden energy starts to encapsulate her body. Originally, I thought this to be her divine powers activating to prevent her death, but after looking at her clenched fist and the glow coming from it, I believe this is Zelda being pulled into the far past. Zelda is seen later with what appears to be a tear of the kingdom. Notably, this tear is gold and has the same symbol associated with the recall ability. At some point before Ganondorf awakens, Zelda finds this tear. Once she falls, the tear activates the recall ability and Zelda is transported to the past. Here's where things get tricky. If we assume this is Demise instead of Ganondorf, then this is a flashback or telling of Hylia's battle against him. Zelda is sent back in time and is greeted by our mysterious Zonai character, who then tells Zelda of the ancient battle that is told at the beginning of Skyward Sword. These scenes of Hylia blasting the Moldugas is part of a greater battle she had against Demise before he was sealed away and Skyloft was created. This Hylia character also appears with the same tear that Zelda has and is wearing very similar clothing and jewelry. Again, this all hinges on the belief that this is Demise instead of Ganondorf. I think it's much more likely that this was part of Ganondorf's revival before he is fully rehydrated. There's still a chance that Demise could show up somehow, through backstory or a connection with Ganondorf, but I don't believe this specific scene is showing him. Another option is the same scenario with Zelda using the recall tear to travel back in time, but instead of this being Hylia, it could be a past incarnation of Zelda, an incarnation that sealed away Ganondorf. The scene first revealing the Zonai character has other characters in the background as well as specks of malice floating through the air. I believe this could be the sealing of Ganondorf. Additionally, this could be the depiction of the battle against Ganondorf shown through the murals with the Zonai and past Zelda incarnation. The background characters are presumably members of all the races of Hyrule and bear the other tiers of the kingdom, something that can also be backed up by the fact that the new champions are also in possession of the tiers. The tier bearers act as an equivalent to the 7 sages to seal Ganondorf, with the Zonai character attaching to the Demon King to hold him dormant for thousands of years. Zelda's role in the past will largely revolve around the Master Sword, as we can see her wielding the blade. Notably, she is seen on this altar-like area, which appears to be the same as the one connected to the giant temple-like structure in the sky. The final shot of the trailer has Zelda pleading for Link to be able to find her in this area. This area also looks like the same place that Link is standing with the broken Master Sword in the small teaser from last year's delay announcement. What this means is that Link is likely using the recall ability at this altar to communicate with Zelda in the past. Zelda could either be responsible for how Link obtains and distributes the other tiers, or using her divine abilities, power up the Master Sword from the past. Zelda coming into possession of the Master Sword is also something of note. She will have to meet the hero of that era in order to get the blade. This is where our Zonai character again comes into play. I believe that Zelda is given the Master Sword by the Zonai, who is the chosen hero in the past. After learning of Ganondorf's resurrection in the future and how he destroys the Master Sword, the Zonai, or past incarnation of Zelda, will teach Zelda how to repair the blade in the future with her powers. The Zonai will then attach to Ganondorf's corpse for thousands of years before coming into contact with Link when the Demon King awakens. This Zonai can then direct Link on where to go to restore the Master Sword and ultimately save Zelda. Time travel is ever present in the Zelda series, and it doesn't surprise me in the slightest that they might introduce it again in Tears of the Kingdom. The degree in which it will be utilized will remain a mystery until we can finally play it, but it definitely appears that Zelda is going to be trapped in the past. Regardless, it is looking like she will play a major role alongside Link in this story. But you tell me, do you think Zelda is traveling to the past? Let me know in the comments section down below. As always, thanks so much for watching this theory. If you enjoyed it, please leave it a like, and subscribe for more videos on Tears of the Kingdom. Links to my socials are down below, and as always, I will see you in the next one.